Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Books and Beaches. So, just a little bit of a quick update for you all. I'm trying to make sure that I get some sort of content out every week. And this week has just been a little bit crazy. And so, I just thought I would do a quick check-in to kind of let you know where things are at, what's going on, and kind of what I'm working on. So, this week I've been working on a bit of a fun project, and so it'll be more vlog check-in style, because I'm terrible at vlogging. I mean, we all saw that, right? When I did all of my free little library stuff, I have to find the right tool to be able to film with in order to do that. But it is more of like a daily check-in reading project that I was inspired by another YouTuber to do, and it's been really fun and a good way to not only check in on the number of pages I read every day, but the amount that I'm also using my phone. So stay tuned for that. I want to finish out the week with those check-ins before I get that video published, but it's been super interesting to actually be aware of the number of pages I read a day, because I think for a lot of us, we probably update our reading apps, but don't necessarily think about the specific pages. And with using Goodreads, I was doing like the percentage check-in, but I wasn't always, paying attention to those page numbers. Even using Fable lets me, mark down which book I'm reading and update the percentage. But, when I went to look for the actual data of like the number of pages I read from one day to the next, they don't have that. For those of you that use Storygraph, let me know if that's something that Storygraph gives you, because I've really fallen in love with using Fable, but, if Storygraph gives me even more data, why not? So that's kind of what's been going on this week. I have jumped into reading Columbine with Jen from The Bookish Blonde. We're going to take that very slowly and be able to kind of have conversations through it, but it is a book that I have wanted to pick up for a while. It's been on my shelves for a while, and so that's going to be part of that video. I picked up another Taylor Jenkins Reid book, which I do believe will allow me to read her to zero. So there's that. And then I have so many books that I need to put away because I got a big bag of books back from a coworker. So I need to work on getting those back in my shelves. And I think she even threw a few more in there that aren't mine. So I got to check with her on that. And I have so many books like on the floor, which also came from another coworker that I lended a bunch of books out to this summer. And so we're looking at a rainy weekend here in Wisconsin after a very beautiful week that, of course, I was stuck inside for. But I think, it's going to be a weekend of a little bit more organization. When I moved my bookshelves to my new place, I tried to do some organization, and currently they're kind of chunked by author, and they're also chunked by genre. So, like, I kind of started with my thrillers and stuff over here, and thrillers take up a lot of this right here. And then these are like more historical contemporary. It's a little bit of YA in here, a mixture of who knows what. And then that whole card over there is romance. And then I actually have, if I turn here, there's another card over there, and that's a bunch of randoms right now. So I would really like to try to come up with a better system, obviously. And I think with these shelves too, it's really hard when I add books to my collection to like add them in. So I'm trying to figure out, what is going to be the best process for this. And so I don't know, if you have any ideas, like let me know, I guess, how do you organize your books? Because I love the look of color, color coding them, and chunking them in colors, but that was really hard to add to, and hard to find things because I sometimes I can remember colors. I have a creepy memory when it comes to that, where I'm like, oh, is that the one that had this cover? But I like having them kind of genrefied. We actually, our LMC specialist, our library media specialist, and her para genrefied one of our libraries at school, and it is so cool to just be able to kind of send a kid to a section that they're looking for. So I am genrefied in that respect, but then, chunked by author, and, like over here, these are all my Geneva Rose books. Behind there, it's all my Ruth Ware books. And so, I don't know. Let me know how you kind of organize things, and I don't know. Well, I'm just kind of looking for I don't know, what is the best way? And there's even a bookshelf behind my camera here that has a lot of my favorites. All of my Riley Sager books are over there, my Chanel Claytons, my entire Harry Potter collection. I mean, we all know I'm a little obsessed. And so those are all over there, and that continues to grow. All of my Nicholas Sparks books are over there because I was a huge, huge Nicholas Sparks fan forever. And I still do. I still buy all of his books. And so that's kind of a massive collection over there. So I gotta figure out what the best way is. So that's a lot of the things that are going on, you know, right now in this time. But yeah, so that's what's been going on lately. And I did pick up, let me see here. Not that one. I've gotten a few new books in my life. I might as well do a mini haul while we're sitting here because, it's just what happens. Actually, I know this one's new to my collection. A coworker, when she brought all of my books back, she's like, "Hey, I bought this one. Do you want to add it to your collection?" And I was like, "Yes, please." I haven't read it yet. And it's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which I don't know what that means about it, but it's beautiful. Let's see. My book of the month choices were this Rachel Harrison. I don't think I've read a Rachel Harrison. Not that I can remember, at least. And so I thought I'd pick that one up. And then I had to add this one because I do love me some Ellen Hildebrand. And I believe she wrote this one with her daughter. And I want to say, well, it is called The Academy. So I don't think it's like dark academia by any means, but it is more, like based at secrets, rumors, and dangerous liaisons at an elite New England boarding school. So not sure, what genre this might go towards, but I do like Ellen Hildebrand, so this is that. Another one where I need to get the first edition of this book, but it wasn't available. But I do collect like all of the Jennifer Lynn Barnes books that have to do with the Inheritance Game series, and this is a branch off series from that. So this is book 2. This is Glorious Rivals, and I haven't read it yet. Can't wait. I mean, I know. How many of these haven't I read? But, so wanted to pick that one up, but I want to get the special edition of this one the first one in the series too, which I've read, I just don't own. But it's a great series, and this is a series I'd like to loan out to people because even though it's YA, it's really good. Both that series and the one it branched from. So there's that. Oh, this one. I am so excited to have this book in my collection because this is one of those books, like if you ever see a video people talking about, I see it on TikTok all the time, like what is that book that you just like always think of, you can't stop thinking about? And that is this book, which is crazy because it's not a thriller, but it is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. And this is the edition that just came out this past week. And it's got the sprayed edges that are absolutely gorgeous. And this is the book. There is no, book jacket for it. I love this back. Okay. Although I wish they wouldn't have, I know they had to put this somewhere, but it does just ruin it a little bit. But then even the end pages, which I did not see online, are so cool. And so that's what's on the front, and it's on the back as well. So like I said, this is a book that I cannot stop thinking about. So I knew I had to have this edition. So good. So, I mean, I'm sure there are other new ones that have come in here at some point, but that's just, I don't know. This is a random, whatever update that's happening this week. So those are the new books in my life. Those are things that are going on. I'm not sure what book I'm going to pick up after I finish Curious Soto's back, but I have plenty to choose from. So yeah, let me know how your week has been going. Do you have any fun plans for the weekend? What are you reading? Let me know it all in the comments below. If you are not feeling, super chatty at this moment, feel free to just leave me, I don't know, maybe a rain emoji, some sort of raindrop or rain cloud, because like I said, I am pretty sure it's going to be a rainy weekend here in Wisconsin, which in my mind just means lots of reading and lots of just coziness. So I hope you all are having a fabulous week, as I said before. And if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.